giggity gang, giggity gang. It's your boy Robot the EXE, the guy who hits the grease, and welcome back to Robot Studios. And welcome to the second episode of the Hall of Menaces. Today, we are probably covering the ultimate menace. And unlike Radiguet, which we covered in the last one, this menace has been covered to death. We are, of course, talking about none other than Majin Buu. However, unlike everybody else who's covered him, mainly CJ the Champ, I will only be covering Evil Buu, Super Buu, and Kid Buu, mainly because Fat Buu is probably going to get his own video, because he is a separate character from Evil Buu, Super Buu, and Kid Buu, who are all the same character. Now, Exhibit A! But first, a little background on Evil Buu. So, Hercule, that guy, he decides to challenge Majin Buu, and because he somehow tricked the public into thinking that he defeated Cell when it was actually Gohan who did it, everyone believed it to be a wash for him. Spoilers, Majin Buu befriended him and they actually became friends. And Hercule actually managed to convince Majin Buu to not kill any more people. Hercule also told Majin Buu to stray from Bibbidi and Bobbidi's teachings. Bibbidi being the one who created Majin Buu, and Bobbidi, his clone, being the one that released Majin Buu. For those who are uninformed, this scene happens after both Bibbidi and Bobbidi have died. Bibbidi being killed by the Supreme Kai and Bobbidi being killed by Majin Buu. Now back to the story. Everything was good until some rando dude pulls up out of nowhere and just lights Hercule's dog up like a Christmas tree. Like, what did the dog do? After Majin Buu heals the dog, Majin Buu starts steaming, and after Hercule gets injured by that same guy, Majin Buu steams so much that he releases an evil clone of himself. Thus we get Evil Buu. So Evil Buu pulls up to the guy and just vaporizes him right there. Then Evil Buu pulls up to Majin Buu, and Evil Buu and Majin Buu are contesting over who is the real Majin Buu. Majin Buu decides to try to turn the Evil Buu into candy, but Evil Buu blows that right back at him and turns the good Majin Buu into candy. So Evil Buu eats him and then transforms into Super Buu. And this is where things just started getting out of pocket. So the guy that spun the block on the dog and Hercule, yeah, that guy's name was Van Zant. But one thing I didn't tell you about him is that he had an assistant named Smitty, who is really his butler because Van Zant's a rich dude. So, here we go. Super Buu decides to, and yes, this actually happens, liquefy himself, then fly into Smitty's mouth and inflate him so much that he explodes. And I am not going to show that because that scene has already traumatized enough people. Funimation and Cartoon Network edited the scene out for good reason. Moving on, Super Buu then decides to fly to the lookout where everybody is at, and Super Buu explains that he was promised a warrior 2 days ago because Goku told this to Majin Buu, and Super Buu now has his memories, and Super Buu is waiting for said warrior. Piccolo says that said warrior would not be ready in 1 hour, so he suggests Super Buu distract himself by laying waste to some cities. That would prove to be a huge mistake because Super Buu decides to raise his arm up into the air and shoots some beams into the sky, which then proceeds to rain down and aimbot the entire human population to death. Yes, you heard that right. Super Buu just killed the entire human population with aimbot. Actually, everybody below the lookout, with the exception of Tien, Xiaozu, Hercule, and Hercule's dog, which is named B. After aimbotting the entire human population, Super Buu was like, "So, where is he?" And Piccolo is just having a mental breakdown because of what just happened. So, 30 minutes later, Super Buu gets impatient, so Piccolo decides to lead him to the hyperbolic time chamber, where said warrior is waiting, and Piccolo purposely takes the long way for the warriors to get ready. So, after a while, they finally make it to the time chamber, where Super Buu is greeted by Goten and Trunks, who then proceeds to fuse after trying one time but Super Buu attacking Trunks, which is taboo in both anime and tokusatsu. After successfully fusing into Gotenks, Super Buu figures out that the warrior Goku had promised is in fact Gotenks, if you haven't already figured it out. And Super Buu is like, "Oh, it's the kid who I already beat up." Really, Majin Buu beat him up, but sure. Eventually, the fight gets to a point that Piccolo has to destroy the hyperbolic time chamber door, trapping him, Gotenks, and Super Buu inside. So, after Super Buu realizes this, he decides to scream a portal into existence and slither out of there. And Piccolo and Gotenks were unable to make it on time. So Super Buu is back at the lookout and proceeds to turn everybody there into chocolates and eat them. Yes, bro literally just faded the entire cast. After Gotenks screams another portal into existence, he, or rather they, and Piccolo are able to escape. So then, they have a rematch, in which Gotenks turns Super Buu into a volleyball. And right as he is about to finish Super Buu off, he defuses. So all hope seems lost until Gohan arrives, and let's be real, he started laying the hands off of Super Buu. Well, until he unlocked his inner Vegeta and accidentally let Super Buu absorb Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks, forming Buu Tanks, which then proceeds to run Gohan's fade. So then Goku and Vegeta arrive, well after Old Kai literally gave his life so that Goku can live. And Goku attempts to fuse with Gohan through the Potara earrings, except that he really didn't teach his son how to catch. Oh, and also Super Buu absorbs Gohan too. But before that, Tien shows up and gets that work. So then Goku and Vegeta fuse together into Vegeta. I am not gonna hold back. It was an undeniable whooping of the highest degree. Like, Vegeta and Super Buu even started to roast each other. Well, mostly Vegito. So, Super Buu turns Vegito into candy, and Vegito is able to still move and still run Super Buu's fade. Like, imagine if you turn your enemy into candy and they are still whooping you. That is sad. At this point, that's just sad. So, Vegito gets inside Super Buu's body, and they find and rescue everybody. Gohan, Piccolo, Goten, Trunks, and even the good Buu. So, it causes Super Buu to transform once again, but not into evil Buu, but into the Ultimate Menace, which leads us into Exhibit B. Okay. This is when everything just started popping. Well, even more than it already was. Well, Kid Buu, as soon as he appeared, decided to announce his presence by screaming so loud it caused some massive storms. Then he decided to just destroy Earth, just like that. Then, after he destroyed Earth, Kid Buu regenerated and then just started wilding. Like, he teleported from planet to planet, destroying said planets in search of Goku and Vegeta. He even teleported to the afterlife to beat up the dead, just in case Goku and Vegeta died in the explosion of Earth. Now I'm talking about the anime version, but in the manga version it ain't much better, because after regenerating, Kid Buu immediately goes for the world of the Kais, where Goku and Vegeta are at, not giving them a second to rest. He was like, let's get it. So, after fighting Kid Buu for a while, Goku decides to charge a spirit bomb while Vegeta got the worst whooping of his life from Kid Buu. And it didn't help that Vegeta was already dead since he died self-destructing to kill Majin Buu. But eventually the spirit bomb is charged and Goku launches it. Then Kid Buu starts to push it back, but then they wish for Goku to be restored to full strength, and the Ultimate Menace was slain. So, the evidence speaks for itself. From teleporting to the afterlife to literally screaming a portal in different dimensions, Kid Buu has clearly earned his spot at the round table. And he definitely has a high position there. So, until next time, later fools!